can't
Come into
believe
my
you're still
office.
so cheerful.
Come into
Well,
my
actually,
office.
I can understand why you're cheerful, but okay. Europeans need to step up. So will that transition be managed in a way that European?
The daddy thing, I didn't call him daddy. What I said is that sometimes in Europe, I hear sometimes countries saying, hey Mark, will the US stay with us? And I said, that sounds a little bit like a small child asking his daddy, hey, are you still staying with the family? So in that sense, I use daddy, not that I was calling President Trump daddy.
Okay, so does this mean that in a sense the Europeans are growing up now? They will be less the children and the US less
Yes,
the daddy?
they already had grown up, but I think they realized because of Russia, because of this US demand, which is only fair to equalize the spending, that this had to be done and that today had to happen. And it creates a NATO which is so much stronger and more knitted together, the fabric of that organization so much stronger in the future.
For Ukraine coming not just from other allies,
It will cost a lot, absolutely. But let's also face the facts that Europe, the European countries, are 10% of world economy and 50% of worldwide spending on pensions, social security, and healthcare. That's fine. I mean, I'm not arguing with that. But it means that there is a lot of money. My country is one of the richest countries on earth, this country, the Netherlands. And most European countries are in the top list of richest countries on earth. What we now have to do is to make sure that they move from 2, when it comes to the core defense spending, to 3.5%, where these countries spend 12-13% on health, 10% on pension systems, 10 to 15% on social security payments. This is doable.
but it's a lot. Very much.
Thank you very
We're out of
much.
time, right?
Great.
Okay, thanks very much, Secretary
Thanks.
General.